In this video, let's do some revision for the chapters of the straight line. You learn these chapters in Form 3. Now, all the questions here are taken from Tri Exam 2024. Let's look at the first questions. Diagram 11 shows a triangle PQR drawn on the Cartesian plane. We want to find the equation of the straight line QR. Okay, before I show you how to solve these questions, now let's look at this one first. If you have a vertical line like this, to state the equation of this vertical line is actually very easy. You just look at the x coordinate here. If this is 7, the equation of this straight line will be x equal to 7. Any point lies on this straight line, they have a similarity. All the x coordinate is equal to 7. Okay, so the equation of this straight line is x equal to 7. If you have a horizontal line, for example like this, what's the equation of this horizontal line? Y equal to 3, not x equal to 3, but y equal to 3. All the point lies on this straight line. You will notice that their y coordinate are always equal to 3. Therefore, this straight line is y equal to 3. Okay, remember this. Horizontal line, y equal to something. Vertical line, x equal to something. Okay, now go back to this question. We want to find the equation of the straight line QR. Always remember, when you are asked to find the equation of a straight line, always look for two informations, gradient and 1 point. Gradient and 1 point. Now, I want to find the equation of QR. Let me find the gradient of QR first. y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So it's up to you. You want to take 3 minus 1 or 1 minus 3. Both are okay. Now let's say if I take 1 minus 3, 1 minus 3, then for the x part, we have to do the same thing. 6 minus negative 4. You cannot go another way. For example, for the y part, you take 1 minus 3, and for the x part, you take negative 4 minus 6. This is not correct, incorrect. You will get a wrong answer. Okay, so since for the y part, I take 1 minus 3, then the x part, I will do the same thing. 6 minus negative 4. 6 minus negative 4. So before I start to find the gradient of this straight line, I know that the gradient must be negative, right? Because it's going downward like this. Now 1 minus 3, you will get negative 2. 6 minus negative 4, negative become positive. So 6 plus 4, you will get 10. Simplify it, you will get 1, negative 1 over 5. Now this is the gradient. This is the gradient of the straight line QR. Y equal to mx plus c. Y equal to m x plus c. I don't have c. That's why I told you just now we need 1 point. So now you have 2 points. You can use this point or this point, substitute into this equation to help you to get the value of c. Both points will give you exactly the same answer. Now let me use this one. At point R, 6, 1. So this is x, this is y. Y is equal to 1. X is equal to 6 plus c. 1 is equal to negative 6 over 5 plus c. So c is equal to 1 plus 6 over 5. So this is equal to 11 over 5. Okay, now we got the equation of the straight line QR. Y equal to negative 1 over 5x plus 11 over 5. Okay, so this is the answer for part 1 for the A part. Now let's go to second part. We want to find the x-intercept of the straight line QR. X-intercept. So the x-intercept of the straight line QR is somewhere around here. X-intercept. So these two things you need to remember is very important. On x-axis, y equal to 0. Okay. On y-axis, x equal to 0. Now we want to find the x-intercept. It means on x-axis, right? On x-axis, y equal to 0. So QR we got the equation just now, which is this one. So since I know this is x-intercept on x-axis, y is equal to 0, so I'm going to change the y become 0. Then I need to find the x. 1 over 5x, move this over here, 1 negative become positive, 1 over 5x is equal to 11 over 5. Now, x is equal to 11 over 5 times 5 over 1, which is equal to 11. Now the x-intercept is equal to 11. Now let's go to part B. Given the distance of the straight line PQ is 10 units, find the value of h. So the distance of PQ is 10 units. We want to find the value of h. How do we find the distance between 2 points? Still remember the formula? Distance between 2 points, x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square, and then we square root this whole thing. Then we will get the distance between the 2 points. Now, since the question tells us that the distance between these 2 points is 10, so that means 2 minus negative 4, I mean 2 minus negative 4 is equal to 2 plus 4, x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1, h minus 3 square root this whole thing. You will get 10 because the distance given by the questions is 10. Now 2 plus 4 equal to 6, 6 square, you will get 36. I want to get rid of this square root sign. So what do I need to do? I square both sides. Square here and do the same thing for both parts. Now square root is great, no more square root. So you will get 36 plus h minus 3 square is equal to 100. So h minus 3 square is equal to 100 minus 36, which is equal to 64, right? Okay, h minus 3 is equal to plus minus square root of 64. Okay, so which is equal to plus minus of 8. H minus 3 is equal to 8, or h minus 3 is equal to negative 8. So h is equal to 8 plus 3, 11. H is equal to negative 8 plus 3, which will give you negative 5. And you look at here, you know that the h is actually negative, right? H is over here. So h must be a negative number. Therefore, we know that h is equal to negative 5. That's one not accepted. This is our answer. H is equal to negative 5. Let's try another question. Diagram 6 shows a parallelogram. Parallelogram means that these two sides parallel to each other, these two sides parallel to each other. And here same length, this side and this side same length. These are some of the properties of a parallelogram. Okay, the straight line AB is parallel to x-axis. Now we want to say the equation of the straight line AB. This is a horizontal line, right? Y equal to something. So what's the value here? When you look at the coordinate given here, 7, 6, it means that here actually 6, right? So the equation of the straight line AB is very simple. You don't have to calculate. Just look like just by looking at this diagram, you know y is equal to 6. Okay. Now how about part B? Based on the diagram 6, state the equation of the straight line BC in intercept form. Okay. A over x plus y over b is equal to 1, intercept form. This is x-intercept, this is y-intercept. Okay, we want to find BC. So if we want to find the equation of BC, we need gradient, 1 point. So we have 1 point over here. You cannot use this point. Why? Because when you want to find the equation of BC, the point that you want to use must lies on the line BC. Okay, now let me find the gradient first, the gradient of BC. To find the gradient of a straight line, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, right? We need 2 points. Gradient is equal to y2 minus y1 or x2 minus x1. Now we have a problem here. We don't have the coordinate of this point, right? So you can find the gradient of this straight line because they are parallel to each other. If you don't want, you can actually get the coordinate of the point C easily. How? Now this is 7 unit, right? Here is 0 to 7. So here is 7 unit. So we know that here must be 7 unit as well. So the coordinate of C will be 3. Here is 3 plus 7. You will get 10. And on x-axis, y is equal to 0. Now we know the coordinate of C is actually 10, 0. Now we can use y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 to help us to get the gradient of BC. The gradient of BC. Before finding the gradient of BC, I know that my answer must be a negative number. Why? Because it's going downward like this. Okay, so 6 minus 0, 7 minus 10. Seven minus 10 is negative 3. Okay, 6 divided by 3, you will get 2. Just copy the negative sign as I expected. This gradient is negative. Okay, y equal to m x plus c. Now we need 1 point to help us to get the value of c. You can use this point or this point. Both are okay. Now let me use this point because we have a 0 here. Easier for us to calculate. At point C, then 0, y is equal to 0 is equal to negative 2x plus c. Okay, negative 20 plus c. C is equal to 20. Now we got the equation. We know c is equal to 20, right? So y is equal to negative 2x plus 20. But we cannot stop here because this is not intercept form. This is gradient form. The question asks us to give our answers in intercept form. So we need to rearrange and do something to it so that I will get this intercept form. Move this over here. It becomes positive 2x plus y is equal to 20. Now here I need 1, right? So what should I do? I divide the whole equation by 20. So this divided by 20. Do the same thing for every terms. Here you will get 10, 1 x over 10, y over 20, and 1. Okay, this is our final answer, intercept form. What does this mean? It means that the x-intercept is 10 and the y-intercept is 20. Okay, let's try one more. Diagram 3 shows the location of Eileen house, Eileen, Ravita is over here, and the hospitals drawn on the Cartesian plane. The scale is, let me see, Ravita rides a motorcycle from her house to Eileen house, which is 17 kilometers. 17 kilometers. If 1 unit represents 1 kilometer, okay, 1 unit representing 1 kilometers. 17 kilometers will be 17 units. State the value of h. Distance between these 2 points is 17. How do we find the distance? x2 minus x1 squared divided by x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1 square, y2 minus y1 square, and then you square this whole thing, you will get the distance between the 2 points. Okay, given by the question, the distance is 17, h minus 5 square plus 10 minus 2 square, and then you square this whole thing, you will get 17. Now h minus 5, I do not expand it, I just keep it like this, it's okay. If you want to expand it, it's no problem, you still can get this exactly the same answer. So 10 minus 2 is equal to 8, 8 squared will be 64. Now I want to get rid of this square root sign. What should I do? Square both side. So I square both side, no more square root sign. Here also square. We do the same thing for both sides. Square here, square here. Here you will get 289. So h minus 5 square is equal to 289 minus 64. This is 5, 8 minus 2, 225. And we square root it, plus minus square root of 225. So h minus 5 is equal to plus minus square root of 225 is equal to 15. Now we will get two answers, but we know that the h must be negative. H minus 5 is equal to 15, or h minus 5 is equal to negative 15. So h is equal to 15 plus 5, which is equal to 20. H. Okay. So we do not accept this one because we know that h is actually over here. It should be a negative number. H is equal to negative 15 plus 5, which is negative 10. Okay, so this is the answer that we are looking for. Not accepted this. Okay, our answer is h is equal to negative 10. Once you got the answer, it's better we label on the diagram, so maybe we need to use it later. This is negative 10, 10. Let's try part B. The road that connect Eileen house and Ravita house here is parallel to the road that connect hospitals and school. Okay, so we don't know where schools. This is Eileen and Ravita. So we have another road which is parallel to this road, another road connecting hospitals and school, but we don't see school here. So school is somewhere around here, we don't know where is it. So we want to find the equation of the straight line that represents the route from the hospitals to the school. Even though we don't know where is school, but still okay, we still can find the equation of the route connecting hospitals and school. As I told just now, to find the equation of a straight line, two things: gradient, 1 point. We have 1 point over here. We can use this point to help us get the value of c. But first thing, we need to get the gradient. How do we get the gradient? The question tells us that these two straight lines, they are parallel to each other. It means that if you can get the gradient of this line, then you will be able to get the gradient of this line because they are parallel to each other. Now, find the gradient first. You can take 10 minus 2 or 2 minus 10, totally up to you. If you take 10 minus 2 for the x part, you need to do this. You need to follow the same manner, same sequence. Negative 10 minus 5, negative 10 minus 5. Okay, this will give you 8, and this is negative 15. Okay, let me change this negative. Write the negative in the middle. This is the gradient of this straight line. Y equal to y equal to x plus c. We need the c. So as I told just now, that's why we need 1 point. So which point we can use? We cannot use this or this because these 2 points are not lying on this straight line. We want to find the equation of this straight line. The point that we use must lie on this straight line. So there's only 1 point, which is 5 and 10. Okay, at point 5, 10, y is equal to 10, equal to negative 8 over 15 times x plus c. Just do some simplification. Negative 8 over 3 plus c. So 10 plus 8 over 3 is equal to c. C is equal to 38 over 3. Okay, now we know the equation is y is equal to negative 8 over 15 x plus 38 over 3. That's all for this video. See you in the next video. Bye bye.